How you doing? Duff here, and I wanted to give everybody a quick update on my CR-10 3D printing status, projects, whatever you want to call it. You may remember when I last posted a video, it was after I got my clogging problem sorted out, which I addressed basically by redoing the Bowden tube and putting the secondary nozzle, or the spare nozzle that was included with my CR-10 in there. Now, since doing that, I did do one like 8-hour print, and it worked. But when the print was done, there was various little small piles of filament, little spaghetti piles of filament. Even though the print finished, it was depositing these piles of filament around for some reason. And that got me wondering if the nozzle that I pulled out was actually the 0.3 millimeter nozzle. Because I've read that some people say that sometimes in their CR-10s they get 2.4 millimeter nozzles, but some say also you get a 0.4 and a 0.3. And as far as I could tell, it wasn't marked as far as what size it is, so I'm not really sure. But I'm worried that I might have a 0.3 nozzle in here and not realize it. So I want to address that going forward. I actually have some brand new 0.4 nozzles. They're dirt cheap. I'm going to put that in as part of my project here. So one of the things you might notice behind me is things look a little bit different, and that's because Cindy came up with a good idea to mount a pegboard here behind the printer for me to mount all the tools and stuff. In the past, I've tried to keep things neat and organized by like using trays to just put tools in, but I found that using trays, it didn't work out to be the most organized way for me, because then you have stuff just thrown in a tray, and you're digging through the tray for the right thing, and then as you're digging through the tray, you're taking out the stuff that you don't need, putting it on the table, and before you know it, things are a mess again. So having this pegboard makes it much easier. Need a tool, take it off the pegboard. When you're done, put it back where you got it from. Keeps things much more organized. It looks nice. I'm really happy with it. We actually have this it's just hung on the wall. It's hung from these shelf supports using zip ties. And then on the back of it, to keep it away from the wall a little bit, so the hooks can go through without digging into the wall, Cindy went and cut little like donuts out of this this pool noodle, and we zip tied that to the back, so it just kept it off the wall, maybe, I don't know, 3/4 of an inch or something like that. So we had like 9 of them on the back of the board, and I'm really happy with the way it worked out. Very easy, won't leave any permanent marks on the wall, and very helpful to keeping my 3D printing stuff organized. So anyways, let's talk about projects, because I haven't really, after I printed that one thing that I had little spaghetti piles all over the print surface, I haven't really done much since then. I haven't printed anything since then, to be honest with you, because I had another round of mods that I wanted to do, and most of them were kind of related to the problem that I had with the clogging and stuff. First thing you might see, or some of you might recognize this Capricorn logo. I ordered some Capricorn PTFE tubing, which is supposed to be some of the best stuff you can get. It's very heat resistant, extremely low drag coefficient, so filament should slide through here very easily. It's supposed to be really good stuff, so I'm going to be using some of this as part of my project. I have this big huge box here. Can you see this? This big box. You may say, wow Duff, did you get like another 3D printer or something? And no, I did not. Let me show you what this big box has. I knew this was coming today, but I was surprised when I got home to see just how big the box was. But based on what it costs, I guess I'm glad that they went the extra mile to put in something so big and to protect it. And that big box has this. It seems like that box should come in handy for something. And what this is, and again, this is something that I read about on the CR-10 Creality forum on Facebook. It seems like most of my mod ideas come from there. This is something that I ordered from McMaster Car, and it's a 12 by 12 piece of boral oscillated glass. It's 12 by 12, it's a 1/4 inch thick, and it costs something like 46 bucks. I'll put a link in the description below, which is obviously very expensive, since you see people buying like 5 packs of mirror tile from like IKEA or Lowe's or whatever for 15 bucks or whatever. So this is very, very expensive stuff. But from what I read, and I won't know until a bunch of time passes, this stuff is supposed to be extremely, extremely flat and resistant to the effects of heat, warping from heat. Even with mirror tiles, I have read about people having issues with it over time becoming less level. And I noticed it myself on my bed. Like when I do manual testing of level, using the paper drag test, that I'll level these 4 corners, and my bottom was always the gap was bigger. Which meant that there was like a bow, an upside down bow somewhere, that it was sinking underneath there. So supposedly with this glass, it stays straight, stays flat, stays straight. I shouldn't have that problem. So I thought I'd try it. So this is going to be one of the mods I do. See how that works out. One of the other things I've done is I've ordered the solid mount kit from Tim Hoagland. What that basically does is it replaces the springs you have here with a solid, I assume they're printing out of ABS or something, solid mounts. You put the screws through these mounts, tighten up your wheels, and it just stays at that height. It can't move up and down. So the kit that I have, it has 3 of those solid mounts, and then has a 4th one that has a mount incorporated with the bed heating cable strain relief support. And I think the one they ordered also is coming with a mount that can be used to mount my Logitech webcam that I use with Octopi on it as well. So I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to use that function of it or not, but I believe that's included in the kit. So that will be coming. And again, the thinking behind that is, once you have something like the Easy Able kit, you shouldn't be having to go back and adjust your bed height. Cleaner just to use a solid mount. Now, in correlation with that, one of my, I don't remember if it's the last video or 2 videos ago, some guy, I don't remember your name, I should have looked before I started shooting this, I apologize for not doing so. He pointed out how his thought process was that all this fuss about leveling the bed is kind of unnecessary. And what he said was, his background is, I guess he's in some position where he basically has a farm of CR-10s, a whole bunch of them that are printing stuff almost non-stop. And the way that he gets around the leveling problem is he uses, he gets his bed level, and then he actually uses nylon lock nuts, which he will, because one of the problems that you'll notice, and I've had this happen myself, is over time these leveling knobs will start to vibrate, and they'll work their way loose. Like, I've had some of them spin all the way off during a long print, which of course is going to mess up your bed level. So anyways, what he has found works for him is you set the level once, you get your knobs where you want them, and then you screw on nylon lock nuts. You screw on nylon lock nuts, and that prevents the knobs from turning off. And he said it's a very simple solution, and again, this guy appears to have hundreds if not thousands of hours of 3D printing with CR-10s under his belt, and he knows, he presumably knows what he's talking about. So that's something else I'm going to try. Once I get the solid mounts, I'm going to see if I can find small lock nut washers, lock nuts, and see if I can do the same thing, if I can lock the wheels in place so they no longer will come off. Should be an interesting test. Okay, so let's see, what am I missing? Oh, the last part of my current mods will be installing this MK8 all metal extruder. Again, I ordered this after all of the problems with the clogging I was having. I ordered this from McEwen 3D. I'll put a link to it in the description below. And I've been very impressed with the packaging. Not only did he send me the extruder, I opted to have it mostly assembled. He sent me a spare nozzle. I didn't ask for it. He sent me a spare nozzle and some Jolly Rancher candies. So I thought that was kind of nice. But anyways, the reason I got this was twofold. Again, to help with my clogging problem. I figured the all metal will be more durable than the mostly plastic extruder that comes with the CR-10. And also this has a side benefit that this is designed to work better with flexible filaments. Like I have a little bit of Ninja Flex, which I've had no success printing with. But this is designed to really work well with flexible filament, and that combined with this low drag Capricorn Bowden tube, I'm hoping will result in me being able to actually finally print some flexible filament stuff successfully, so we'll see. So yeah, there's my pile of things. I believe that covers everything that I'm going to be doing. I'm hoping that this weekend I get to get some time to get it all tackled, and I'm anxious to see what the end result is, and I'll be sure to fill everybody in. So that's my update. Feel free to leave your comments below. If you found this video interesting, please take a second to click like, and if this is your first time stopping in, also click that subscribe button. My channel has a variety of things, not just 3D printing. There's a lot of automotive projects I do, house projects that you'll see on there, and a ton of electric unicycle stuff. In addition to 3D printing, my other major hobby is riding my electric unicycles around, in addition to playing World of Warcraft. But yeah, so there's different strokes for different folks on my channel, and I sure would appreciate anyone that becomes a subscriber. So that's it for now. Till next time, Duffman out.